Hello, everyone.
Hey.
We are absolutely live today. This is our first episode of Lush Exchange, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys today?
I'm so excited.
You know what? This is about to be freaking amazing. I'm excited. As some people are tuning in, I know they're probably wondering what's going on with the new name. If you haven't seen our big announcement, I just wanted to let everyone know that the two women that you see now will be the two women that you're going to always see. We have parted ways with Champagne Conversations. We're still on Strictly Prohibited Network, but we are a new show. And this show is all about everyone. This is going to cater to not just women, but men as well. So just a new direction, a new attitude, everything that, you want to hear about, talk about. We're going to touch all subjects like we normally will. So nothing changes about how we do things. It's just now we're opening it up to everybody's availability, and anybody can put their topics in there, because the men, I know you guys watch now, you can chime in. You can call in like you've been doing and just, let us know how you feel about what we're talking about here. So today's show, though, we are talking about breadwinners and all about the roles that it takes. Well, what can happen when someone is the primary breadwinner. So that's what our topic is all about today. So we just kind of want to go ahead and jump in. But anyway, anybody who's new to this channel, new to this show, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves first. I am Miss Maggie T.
I am Nikki.
There you go. Well, Nikki V. So we just kind of want to, let you guys know. You can see the number at the bottom there if you decide you guys want to call in and, let us know how you feel. But we want to talk about breadwinners. Who's out there is the primary breadwinner? Who's, bringing it in? What's going on with your household when that happens? That's what we want to talk about. So does that give the person that is the primary breadwinner the right to kind of make the decisions in the home? To me personally, I don't think the financial status of, especially if you're together, to me, I think that doesn't give them the right to make the decisions. That's just me. I think that it should be something that you all, especially when you're starting out, that should be the one of the conversations that you are having with that partner beforehand. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what you're doing. So having like a mutual agreement beforehand, because a lot of people do not talk about those things. It's just they're falling in love. They look at, oh, he was cute, she was cute, and you're falling into that. A lot of times couples don't have that extended conversation, especially when it's starting to become more than just dating. When you're deciding, you know what, I think we're going to be a little serious about this. I think that a lot of people don't have those conversations, and that poses a problem at times, because you're going into it blindly off of sometimes it can be lust, it can be infatuation, it might not even be a real like romance, it might not be a real love, but you're going into it like, yeah, I'm all for it, and I don't know, it's just people have to start communicating with each other beforehand. People love to just jump right into something because the sex is good and all that. They lose their mind, but we got to have those conversations. What do you think about that, Nikki?
There's that, but then there's also a point to where maybe when you got into your relationship, you both had banging jobs. You both made money. You both equal. You were about equal. But say something happens. And one of you loses your job, either to something that is your fault or something that's not. You got laid off, and times are hard, like now with Rona and her.
Oh my Lord, people losing their jobs right about now.
One of you lost your jobs because of Rona's funky ass. Well, then you're forced to be thrown in a situation that you weren't prepared for, because maybe y'all didn't feel the need to have that conversation because you both were on your jobs, you were both making money. So now what happens? Is the person who still holds down that job and who's bringing in the most money, is that person then entitled to all of the financial decisions of the household? Me, no, I don't think that's the case. So I'm interested to see if we have anybody who's watching and they have, a different perspective than you and I have, because me and you agree, no, that doesn't entitle you to all of the decisions.
Correct.
There are other things that are important other than just bringing in money. So I hope to get differences of opinions to see, how other people think, because I don't think that entitles you to making all the decisions. I
don't think so either. Especially like she said, right here, I'm not a part of a team, but if it was we'll make a decision together. Exactly. I absolutely agree with that, Sandra. To me, that's like you said, even when you're going into the relationship and both of them are doing great, you got to think about that. What if you lose that job and she's the primary? What you going, I just don't know. I just don't think that is fairness to anybody, because I personally like to have my own money, and I don't feel right going to my man like, can I borrow a couple of dollars? Well, I got to go ask for permission to go spend and shop and do all that type of thing. I like my independence, so I would rather hustle, and find a way to make some money, because I like to have money in my own pocket, where I can swipe my own card. I don't even do the shared bank accounts. I can't do it. I cannot do that.
That's another good point. And that asking for permission part, for us independent folks, that probably made you want to cringe hearing that you have to ask permission to buy something. It's crazy. But I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and we were talking about this topic, and he raised a good point. He was like, if the person who's not working, if he was the person who's not working, he said he would feel funny. Like, I was telling him about my situation when I was married. There was a point where I was the primary breadwinner, and he was going to school. So it was all on me to pay all the bills, take care of my two girls. And he was like, so was there ever a point where he challenged you when you wanted to purchase something and he was like, no, that's not a good idea right now, even though he's not bringing in any money? He was like, me, myself, I would feel funny telling the person who is the breadwinner, no, you need to wait on that. And I was like, well, that's the thing about me. Even though I was the primary breadwinner for a period of time during my relationship, never once did I treat him like he was less than. I didn't treat him like he was not the head of the household, because he was. I was just the one who was holding it down at that point while he went to school, to get put in a better position. So, and I told him there was a time where I was like, I wanted to do this. And he was like, even though he wasn't working at the time, no, I think we need to wait on that. So it definitely takes a secure person to be able to say, you're telling the breadwinner at this point, no, that's not a good idea right now. We need to wait. So it has a lot to do with security and still maintaining that role of head of household, even though you're not the one bringing in the money at the moment.
I think that goes into our next topic, being equals. So honestly, and I agree with you, like, especially if you're meeting somebody that just haven't, got it together. They met you when they was kind of down and out, but you just really like this person. to me, if I'm going to get with you, and if I see some potential that you at least want to try to get better, like you said, I'm not going to bring you down. I'm going to get you motivated, and we're equals.
Right.
If we're going to be together, this is not my money. It's our money.
Our money.
So even if it's him that's the breadwinner, it should be, hey, I can go spend it as much, however I would like to spend it, and I don't have a say so. He doesn't have a say so, and vice versa. Because we are saying that we are, especially when you're married, you're one. You are absolutely one. You got, especially with children and everything else. I feel like a child if I have to sit there, like I said earlier, and sit there and ask you, can I have a couple of dollars so I can go? No. It don't work that way for me. It just is what it is. Like I feel like a child asking a man for some money. I can't do it. I gotta have my own little swipe. I got things, and sometimes like pure romance. Let's say I'll be going like, boom, let me go ahead and jump on this. I gotta go call you quick while you on your job. Hey babe, can I go ahead and swipe? No, it's not gonna happen that way. I don't know, but yeah, it's just
a fall from grace being.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then too, sometimes us women, boy, we could be some petty creatures. Because say you are the breadwinner, and now all of a sudden it's what I need you for. If I'm the one bringing in all the money, what I need you for? Or
how about this?
You can't tell me nothing. I'm the one bringing in the money in the house. Sometimes we can be some petty creatures, and you have to watch that because if you're partners, you're partners. You're not above just because you happen to be on top right now. So people have to watch that. You can't.
Does it give you the right? I mean, no, it doesn't. I don't think it gives anybody any kind of entitlement. You pointing out what you pay for around the house. Well, I paid that light bill, and but we live in the same house and eat the same food and do all that. No, I mean, to me, that doesn't make a difference, and it just intimidates me because it's like you act like you don't value at least, because even if you are the one that goes to work, at least the person can be equally yoked and maybe clean around the house, make sure the kids are taken care of, they're going to school. So everybody has a task and a job that they're doing. So you're going to work. Your job is to make sure the home front is good. And when he comes home, dinner's cooked, showers ready, that type of stuff. So everybody's doing their part. So being an equal, you pulling your weight the best way you can.
Right.
So no, it doesn't give you that decision making.
I will say this. Just because you down and you have a partner who's cool and doesn't treat you like less than, don't take advantage. Don't be in that house all day while your significant other is at work and you can't even do so much as take the damn trash out.
Oh, I know people just like that.
But you own an Xbox and a PlayStation, tough. Don't be that person, because I've been through that as well. I'll come home all day and you asking me what's for dinner. Naker, you've been home all damn day.
Oh my, I can't stand that. Gotta come home, cook dinner. You gotta goddamn get yourself ready for work in the morning, fix your lunch.
Like, don't take advantage. Don't be that person.
That's what I'm busting plates and everything else in the kitchen, because I'm pissed off at this point. Right. Like, you sat here on your ass in the same outfit I seen you in when I left the house. You ain't did nothing.
Yeah, don't be that person. I've been through that too.
Yeah. And look, I'm too old. That's right. Too old to be asking anybody for any kind of money.
Much too old. Can't do it.
And I agree. Everything should be decided together. That's just the bottom line. Y'all come on, call in. You see the number at the end. Go ahead and chime in and let us know how you feel about this.
I know.
Do you think it should be equally yoked?
Yeah, I know everybody listening has been in some type of situation, whether you were the breadwinner or you weren't the breadwinner. Call in and tell us what your experience was, how you feel, what's your opinion.
Oh, definitely. Then we're definitely going to go into the next one, though. We kind of touched on it just a little bit. But like we said, now that doesn't mean because this person is the breadwinner and you're making them feel type of ways or whatever. If you want them to match you, you help them, encourage them, like show them what some jobs at. Maybe help them, put in the word for them, help them.
Right.
Especially if they're feeling bad about themselves, even because people will voice their opinions. Like, I just don't like some men are ashamed to admit my woman takes care of the household.
Oh yeah, that ego is an MF.
Like, oh, you know what? Hand me the car, I'll pay for it in front of everybody, type of deal. Look, it's been that way. I don't been there before, but you know what? To me, if I had it, I didn't feel bad about taking care of it, but it just gives that man that dignity, because he feels less of a man that he has to depend on his woman and things like that. So I get it. So, just not making him feel bad, but yeah, encouraging this man, just kind of get his little hopes, give him the car and have him step in front and do things to make him just feel better about himself. Because look, people can be so petty.
I've done that before too, because the male ego is a fragile thing. So you have to pick your battle sometimes. If you know he's feeling some type of way and y'all are out to eat and it's on you to pay and you're the woman, just slide him the card so that he can hand it to her, he can sign the receipt, all that jazz. Don't beat him up because he's down. Yeah, definitely encourage.
Yeah, especially like I've been to a restaurant where I didn't think about that. And of course, I'm handing the card, I'm getting the card. Well, you ever had that happen to you where, let's say you're paying for it and you're on a date with your guy? I've had it where for some reason, I guess because it's just normal to give it to the guy, the receipt or the card back, but I handed it to you and you gave it to him. So I don't know, maybe that was something personal that they did that for, but it's happened to me before. Like I'll hand the car out, but I didn't think about it, and it was just like a little friend or whatever. But like it's just naturally, it just seems to me better. Like me, I like my men to dominate and lead. I like them to take charge, and so I get it. I definitely get it. But we got some that are like, I got this. I'm paying for all this, and yeah, like.
I cannot deal with no man that cannot lead. I can't.
Yeah. I definitely can't. Even if you don't even have it all the way, at least you can be strong at home and, handle your business that way. There's other things that you can absolutely do. You can be, clean around the house, fix stuff. My car needs tune up. Be a man. Do that part of it. So, but let's see what if there is a united goal you both are looking to accomplish, and both parties must limit spending and discuss what you purchase.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like that's what I'm saying, where you have that conversation. What are our goals? What are we building towards? Are we trying to get a house? Are we working on our credit? That's the conversations that we need to have in our relationships, to be honest. That's the conversations we need to have. So like, and that was what it was with my previous. It's like, I had different ideas and plans and things like that. And he just wasn't there or moving as fast as I wanted him to.
I need to kind of elaborate on his question. So what if there was a unified goal you both are looking to accomplish and both parties must limit spending and discuss what you purchase? I mean, that's just what it is. You both limit and discuss what you purchase. I feel like there's like more to the question. Like, what if one is not limiting spending and you have to have a conversation on the fact that they're not working towards the common goal that you both set? I don't know.
You can always, you want to come in and call in and let us know, elaborate on that a little bit.
Right.
The phone lines is open. Anybody want to chime in?
Right.
Yeah. Grounds for dismissal. Yeah.
I would hate that grounds for dismissal.
You right though. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely a problem though. Just I don't know. You know what? And what happens? Let's say that person was the breadwinner, and then you decided you came up on the promotion, and now you're taking care of everything. What happens when it reverses?
I got a story to tell on this one.
Does the attitude change because you've been used to him taking care or her taking care of everything, but now you white collar and having sweet and stuff with bosses and things like that. You just living the lavish life, and you acting a little brand new because of it.
Oh, honey. Okay.
Acting like your shit wasn't stinking before. I'm just saying, like.
So this is my experience, okay? So like I previously mentioned, when I was married, for about the first 5 years of our relationship, I made more than he did. Then, after I said he went to school, I was the only one working. He got certified, then he got the job that he was really wanting to have. And at that point, the roles reversed because then he was making double my salary. Mm-hmm. But where I had the problem was, even though at this point money wasn't an issue, and it's crazy to me that when we were broke and barely making it, we were the happiest couple ever. Like, there was nothing that could have been said or done that would have broken us up. All of a sudden, when money was not an issue and there was no problem paying all of the bills, he started making really great money. All of a sudden, it was like I didn't know who this man was. He was like brand new all of a sudden. And I didn't understand that. Like, why, I don't know. I guess it's true. They say money changes people.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't understand it. I was with this man for 7 years. And now all of a sudden you're making this great money. You've got your dream job. Mm-hmm. And now I don't know who the hell you are.
I can say this. A lot of times money changes people, and also money changes the people that are around that person too. But they get a whiff of that promotion. You got women throwing themselves at them, and especially making trips and things like that. Oh, they smell that. They sniffing like, oh, he got some money. So he started getting into that. Like, oh, I'm getting all this attention now because he was with you when you was with him when he ain't have it all. He felt bad for himself. So it's like that's what he was accepting, but he probably deep down wanted to, better himself. But at the same time, he became selfish, inconsiderate. Money can change people, especially you see that bank account. You saying double your salary. Especially.
Yeah. That was a significant increase. Mm-hmm. But why did it change who you were is what I don't get.
I don't know.
Sometimes, nothing down the middle and for marriage. How many women are willing to pay half of the rent? In my 40 years, I have not met one.
You met the wrong people.
And I was just about to say that, because if you met a woman who was paying all of the bills on her own, and then you come in and you want to pay half, I don't know any woman that's going to turn that down.
No.
I'm going from paying everything on my own
to splitting it. Well, I can have a little bit in my pocket. Oh, you best believe I'm going for that.
Sign me up.
I mean, as soon as you talking about moving in, I'm like, so what bill you gonna take care of? Because the conversation we about to have.
Right. I don't
know what woman you been with that's If any chance I can get, I don't care if it's a roommate or what bill you staying here, what are you contributing to?
Yeah, Sean, I need you to elaborate. So are you telling me she went from paying all and you're trying to come in and pay half, and she was like, no, I need you to pay all? Is that what you're telling me? I need to know. I need to know. Yeah, that's not the right one, because I don't understand that mentality at all. If I'm doing it all on my own, and then you come in and you want to help me, you want to be a true helpmate, and you want to pay half, ain't no way I'm gonna say no. You crazy.
Exactly. You crazy. Well, you know what? But I actually have heard that. Like some of them do want him to take care of all the shit, and you just sitting there, let me get money for my hair and nails and all that, and go hang out with friends like it ain't no care in the world. And he's putting all that bill.
Right.
I get it. But that ain't all. That ain't all. And Matt, Mike, if you want to call in like you do every episode, yes, you can call in.
No, I saw somebody comment that said they tried to call in, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. Let me check it out.
But yeah, I don't understand that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? You want to come in and pay half of everything?
Yes, I'm seeing the call trying to come in. Wait a minute. Let me see. Do we have a hello? Nope. Okay, well, I have to see what's going on with the calls, but try it again. No, try it again, because everything looks to be working. But while we're figuring that part out, let's see. What happens when you can't come into an agreement? What happens, when y'all did have that conversation, then you just kind of went with it, like, well, we'll cross that bridge at a later date, and y'all just kind of go with the flow, but it starts to cause some issues, arguments, little slick comments like, yeah, because you always sit here and do nothing, and it's like, what does that mean? It definitely becomes an issue. It can definitely become an issue, especially when he is the breadwinner, and you're, like you said, sitting there doing absolutely nothing. The dishes are piled up, the kids' clothes ain't washed, and you gotta come home and cook and clean and do all of that. And you just sitting here lazy, and then you just allow that to happen. And some women just, some people will just, you know what, but I just love having a man in the house, and some people just let them lay up and do absolutely nothing. I just don't understand that part.
Yeah, I'm seeing I see another comment on Facebook. He said, I've never had a woman to pay half of anything. It's always been all on me. Well, interesting.
Let's see. You may need to have control of the funds if the other person is not financially responsible. I have friends that have had financial irresponsible partners.
That's a good point.
That's true now, because some people will have access to that income and make ridiculously like all on Amazon all week. I just had to have a Build-A-Bear, or they just needed this, so I had to go buy this real quick. So making irresponsible purchases and things like that, not considering, because some people have real shopping issues, shopaholics, a real problem where they're in debt because of that problem. So yeah, you brought up a great point. Like, sometimes you do need to have, like, maybe take away the debit card. You got to go into the bank to make it, withdrawal. You got to make those type of decisions when somebody has a real issue with spending.
Right.
There's a lot of people like that, and it's like you just had to have that, right? I mean, you just gave me the credit cards, and and you maxing out cards, and y'all in debt. Now you got to go ask people for things because you couldn't control yourself.
Right. Ciao.
I don't know what's going on with our calls today, but we're gonna get this together.
Well, Donna says start Uber conference again.
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Is that somebody? Hold on a second. 1 second, you guys. I don't know. It's there. People can call in. I'm seeing it. It's back up. I don't know what happened, but anybody can try to call in and see what happens. We apologize for it. You know, technology here.
Right. We'll get it together. So, about not coming into an agreement. So how do y'all decide, what goes where? Say y'all both living together, whether you're married or not. What happens then? Because I wholeheartedly believe finances is one of the relationship killers. As big as cheating is. Financial.
Hey, whoever's on the call, turn your volume down. It working this time.
Okay, good.
I don't know what happened. Hey, caller, can you turn your volume down on your video? Can we hear echo? Hello?
Are you there?
We hear you. We hear you.
Ryan.
Hello? Okay, you can hear me? Who do we have on the pleasure of hearing?
I can't hear anything.
Quentin. Hey, Quentin, you don't hear anything? Okay. He can hear me, but I can't. Let's see here.
Well, hey, Quentin.
He's here, but and he's in. I can hear you clearly.
I wonder why I can't hear.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Y'all watching, can y'all hear Quentin? Or is it just me that can't hear Quentin?
You can't hear him either? Okay. Not sure what's going on with it. So we may have to do without it for today. I think we're just having some issues. But go ahead. I can hear you if you want to elaborate, and I can kind of just kind of get it out there. And appreciate you calling.
This is funny.
Oh, gotcha.
I know, Mel. I can't hear him either. But
I'm sorry. I'm going to explain, and thank you for that. And I'm going to have to kind of reiterate what you're saying because everyone else can't hear. But basically what he was saying is, what if, like with the financial decisions, you guys both, you guys agreed on, you have goals and things like that. In that decision making, you basically, you just, like, let's say, like I said, you're building towards your credit. You guys have a goal towards a house and things like that. So you really can't spend money like that. You really have to budget. You really have to think about every decision making you're making with your income. You got to think about the ultimate goal at the end of it. Like, is this worth taking it out of savings? Is this worth? I get it though. Is that what you're meaning, Quentin? Okay. Correct. And he said basically if you're working together, you may, you may have to come to an agreement. You may have to ask for permission before you guys use those finances. And I agree with that though. It's like, if you have a goal, let's have a conversation like, hey, I think I want to go ahead and purchase this. Do you think it's a good, investment? What is your opinion? Because I know we're taking it out of our savings, but this is the reason why we're doing it, and making educated decisions about what to take out and how much of it to take out. When, especially if it's something that you're putting away and saving and you keep dipping into it, you're defeating your purpose of working towards that goal. So I definitely appreciate you calling in and kind of elaborating on that. I'm not sure why we're not hearing you, but I appreciate your call. Thank you. I am not sure. Yeah, it says I unmuted and everything. So look, we'll get it together.
Yeah.
We might have to just discontinue it for now. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just disconnect it for today, and we'll get it back together.
Yeah.
For next show. We're just gonna keep moving. Keep your comments in the keep your comments, and thank you, Quentin. Thank you for calling in. If you want to re-put that in the chat, that would be great, so everybody can kind of see it. That will be awesome. Because everybody couldn't hear you. Now bear with us, you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and go to the next topic. So after we cannot agree on a decision, what happens then? Especially if you all got bills together. You got the light bill, you got the water bill. Y'all share a credit card. She's the co-signer on this, and what happens then? Like when you can't agree, and everybody is just can't get it together. So how do you handle that? That hardship, like especially when, like you said, you're so used to this person taking care of everything, and you really didn't even bring nothing to the table. And now you got to think about separating, and I just don't know. I've seen people that really be down and out, and they'll cut the credit cards and everything, like all your finances that you're so used to, because they felt some type of way. Y'all got in this huge fight and blow up, and I just don't know. It's like it can get real ugly. It can get real bad. And I've seen mothers and children are just left down and out because somebody was just pissed off because they couldn't work it out. Uh-oh. Is Nikki frozen? But you've never had a woman pay half for anything either?
Maybe
that's Nikki. Mm-hmm. But what happens, people? What happens when you guys have bills and everything? You got contracts, you got cellular phones that you share together. What happens?
Yeah.
Like, do y'all continue to kind of keep those bills going, or do you still live in the household? Do you cut it off? You keep it in your name, then he got to change it?
See, with me, that was the case. I had everybody's cell phone was in my name on my account. So once we divorced, like I wasn't, a bitch about it, but he had like so long to where you had to figure that out and get that switched over, because I'm not going to keep paying a phone bill and we know we're no longer together. Mm-hmm. Same thing with, furniture and appliances, because what if we went in that together? How do you decide who gets what? So, me, I didn't care. He was really petty in the beginning, and he just wanted to take everything. He took furniture, he took washer and dryer, even though he was, at this point, a single man, no kids. I was the only one with the kids in the relationship. So he was kind of petty at first when we were going through our divorce, because even though we both were putting in on the furniture, he took that. We both purchased the washer dryer. He took that. Now later on, when I pointed it out, he kicked me back a little bit of money on each one. But boy, at first he wasn't trying to hear anything. He was like, "I'm taking all this shit." Mm-hmm. So I was the one that wanted the divorce. So I wanted it to be over quickly. So I didn't even fight. I was just like, whatever, take whatever. This shit can get replaced.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't even want no parts of you. Just go.
Yeah, just go. I'm not fighting. You take whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, it might just be me, but if one has to make all decisions, then what is the point of having a marriage? I've always thought both people should work together and discuss things, no matter how big of an issue it may be. I've just noticed over my lifetime that if one makes all the decisions, the other eventually gets tired of it, and the argument always starts with, well, you make all the decisions, and just escalates from there. I absolutely agree with that.
I agree too.
I mean, that's why I said those slick comments, and well, I pay for this, and you ain't really, I run this household because I'm paying for this. This is what I don't like that. I don't like that mentality that you just think that because you're taking care of everything that I don't have any say so in this household.
Right.
Like, that is a real control issue. That is real. It's, that's not being an equal.
Yeah.
Like, you have to come together mutually on things. You just can't, you just can't do that. I don't know. That's just me. I'm traditional that way as well. I don't, even if I'm the one doing it, I'm not going to make him feel any type of way.
Yeah. Same with me.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just people, just have those conversations when you're starting with somebody. Just don't ignore it. Just have those, some people will feel offended. What do you do? And, what is your life like? Have those important conversations before you even jump in it, so you can kind of know what to expect and be prepared for that.
Right.
That will kind of avoid the divorce rate, because some people just jump right on in it, don't know what they're getting themselves into. You find out they lazy, don't want to do anything, don't want to keep a job.
Yeah, you definitely. I don't know why, and that's probably one of the places where I went wrong, because even though, I don't know, I was in a different type of situation. We were together for 6 years before we even got married. And even though that was the case, we never once had a conversation about, expectations. What are your expectations of me as your wife? What are my expectations of you as my husband? We never had that conversation. So I think that's really important. You got to talk about that stuff beforehand, because you never know what hand life is going to deal you. You never know what's going to happen. So, I mean, and you can't plan for every type of situation that comes up, but you still have to have the conversation about, what are expectations? How do you expect things to change, once we're married? I hear that all the time. You can be together, I don't care how long. Once you get married, it changes. And everybody's like, why? You've already known that person. Like in my case, we were together for 6 years before we got married. Why does anything have to change? It's just a piece of paper, right?
Exactly. That's all it is. It don't change nothing.
It was just a piece of paper, but man, things changed after we were, after we were actually married. Things changed, and I really didn't understand why everybody says, "Oh, it changes once you're married. It changes once you're married." Even had some people saying, "Don't get married. Don't do it. If you're happy, why change if you're happy? Just keep being in your relationship." But you have to have that conversation about expectations and what you want from the other person as your husband or your wife, or even if you're choosing not to get married. Say you're moving in together. The dynamics of the relationship is changing. So you have to talk about what's expected and what's not, what you're going to put up with, what you're not going to put up with. It's a lot to consider and discuss. You can't just go blindly into, these commitments, and now you don't know what to do.
Definitely. And right here, do you think society plays a role in demonizing, can I get the word out, 50-50 finances in relationships? I absolutely agree with, I think that now women's expectations of someone they're, seeking, potentially, they have to have this. You got to have a checklist. You got to be doing this. You got to be taking care of that. You got to be doing, what I'm saying? I need a man ain't gonna be, paying for everything. And I just, that's what they're looking for. That's what they're expecting. I definitely think that society has kind of filled up some people's heads that they just want to be taken care of. A lot of times they don't even care about the character inside. It's just like, ooh, okay, he making this type of money and this type of job. And a lot of times these people are asked out in the end because they're so used to somebody taking care of them. They're not being smart with it either. They're not securing their bag at the end of it. So when he decides, you know, I've had enough. I'm tired of taking care of this. I'm tired of doing that. And they just take it from under your feet. Now you're looking stupid. You calling your mama, and you got nowhere to go because you always just had to make sure a man had to take care of you. My mama always raised me to be independent. That's just me. Like, I got to have my own way because even if it's not much, if I can go pay for a hotel to go stay, I got to at least be able to cover something. Like, you just can't depend on somebody to go always be there. What if he passes away? It's things that happens. You know, we get old. Tragedies happen, you know, so he may not be there forever. So what are you guys preparing for when one of you guys are not there anymore? What are you building towards for that? That's just my opinion. You got to secure yourself and think about the for better or worse part of it, because you guys are not going to be together forever.
So I have a question. Do you think that the women of today's society are capable of the 1940s and 1950s marriages, the traditional marriage?
No, I don't think so. I've just never been the type to be like a housewife. You know, I don't think that gender roles makes a difference when it comes to what you're doing around the house and things like that. Sometimes I get up and take the trash out. I never cut grass, but if I had to cut some grass, I would cut some grass. You know, because that's just me. Like, I've literally gotten up a cabinet and fixed pipes before. But that's just different for me. I'm sorry. It's like, I've always been where I got to take care of myself. So sometimes I don't even know how to stop. And I'm not used to somebody coming in like, sit down. Let me take care of this. I have an issue with somebody coming in and just because I'm so used to always doing it. I'm not used to just stepping back and allowing somebody to lead. Even though I want somebody to lead, but it's like,
you damn Gemini, you.
It's like, I got this. Don't worry about it. That's me.
I feel that though. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard doing everything on your own and then letting somebody come in who genuinely wants to, you know, be your helpmate. It's hard relinquishing that control. Mel said, if the love is real, you should be able to agree to disagree for the sake of the money plan. I agree.
I definitely agree with that one. Yeah, like if you really love somebody, you're gonna make that sacrifice and come to an agreement, and y'all gonna talk to each other about things. Y'all gotta work it out. You just have to work it out. You guys are equal. You are together. You said you want to be together forever, and that's just how relationships get stronger, because you guys are coming together on the same page, and there's less arguments you got to worry about, because it's like, you know what, I got you, you got me.
Yeah,
that's just I think that's just, you know, less stress. I think often we get lost in the marriage itself. We lose our sense of our individual selves, being the husbands, the father, the wife, the mother, working, etc. Leaves very little room for you. Two people have to be up to the job of juggling a lover, family, and definitely self.
That's huge. Yeah. Yeah, because I think definitely, again, speaking from my own experience, I started my side hustle strictly because of boredom. I was tired of just going to work, coming home, taking care of the girls, cooking, going to sleep. The next day, doing the same damn thing all over again. You know, he had his hobby. His hobby was damn Xbox and Call of Duty and Madden. That was his hobby. So for so many years, I would just watch and sit, and I would try to get into it so we could share the same hobby, but it was just, video games is just not my thing.
Yeah.
So when I started doing pure romance, it was strictly because I was just bored and I just wanted something to do for myself. Again, we were married. He was making great money. I didn't need the money, and didn't really know if I could do it because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I had no experience in sales. I just wanted something to do that was strictly for me, not for nobody else. And I think once it really took off and I was gone like almost every weekend, or sometimes during the week, you know, we have team meetings and all that kind of stuff. I think he kind of resented that a little bit because I wasn't just sitting there with him all the time anymore. So that created a problem. So it's really hard not to lose yourself. But then if you do and you try to get that back, you have to have a partner that's understanding. Like, look, I need something that's just for me. It can't be about you all the time, or the kids all the time, or my job all the time. That created a problem. So I've been through that. It's really tough not to lose yourself. You have to do something separate from the relationship. You don't even got to be married, but you have to do something that's just for you, and your partner will need to understand that. And you know, if they don't, that's coming from a selfish point, because they don't want you to have you.
I'm definitely going to end it here because I know we're getting close to the end of our show, but I definitely feel where you're coming from that. I had it where now I'm able to, because I'm single, I'm able to do my dreams and things like that. But I used to be held back. I used to I just want this relationship. I just want to cater to him. And I didn't expand on my goals. I have plenty of dreams and things that I wanted to do, but I let that go behind me because I was mother and try to take care, the household and things like that. I put my dreams to the side. And if I started what I'm starting now, I think I would have definitely been took it off by now. So sometimes we do get comfortable. We do lose our individualities. We lose ourselves, and you can't lose your purpose and your focus just because you fell in love with somebody, and if they're not encouraging you and they're not with you, you have to move on. You got to take yourself back. Gone are the days of relationships lasting and marriages lasting forever. Stuff like that. Relationships don't last nowadays because everybody don't have the same mindset.
Mm-hmm.
People don't. So it's a lot of selfish people. And a lot of time they don't want to see you, accomplish your dreams and things like that. They don't want you to be better than them. So yeah, men need independent women as well as independent women need strong men.
Right.
I absolutely agree. I think when you guys are both working towards it, when you're both going for your dreams, it just makes sense. Like sometimes that's a power couple to me.
Okay.
That is a power couple. Like, why not? Especially if you're working together. It's unstoppable because you're giving each other the mutual respect, and you know your weight. She knows you. He knows, you know each other. So y'all connect a little bit better that way when you're kind of going towards the same thing and you're building something together. I've seen a lot of like chefs and cooks that open up restaurants and write books and motivational speakers about relationships. I've seen that. And they give advice, and I love it. I absolutely love when couples get together. I don't believe in traditional marriage. It's all about adjusting to your mate's needs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. Sometimes, like I said, you have to sometimes make that sacrifice.
Right.
especially if the other one hasn't quite got it together. And you may have to lead them a little bit, teach them a little bit, hold their hands just a little bit. Say, this is what worked for me, and I understand that you may need to go get your GED. You go ahead and do that. I'm gonna help you do that. You know, there's things that you can do to build somebody else's esteem up. Let's see what happened to relationship goals and dreams. Folks don't invest in their love. Knocking boots ain't enough after 7+ years married or not. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Sex ain't everything now.
It needs to be more than that. Don't get me wrong. It's important. But it's not all. You need to have more than just, bomb sex. We too old for that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we are at the end of our show, people. This is our very first episode. Technical difficulties and everything. That's what happens. That's what happens. We're going to get together. But if you guys are watching on Facebook, go ahead and go to YouTube right now. Subscribe to Strictly Prohibited Network so you won't miss the next episode. We're going to get this together. We're going to come back and better than ever. But yes, I appreciate everybody calling in. Well, trying to call in. We'll get together. Y'all can call in next time. But we're going to go ahead and with our last sip. Yes. I'm so excited about this, you guys. But I guess for our last sips, did you want to go, Nikki, or?
Sure, I'll go. My last sip. And I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because I feel like it needs to be a PSA, a public service announcement, if you will. But one of my pet peeves about social media is the fact that it gives people this false sense of their opinion matters. Mm-hmm. Like if somebody doesn't think the way you think, that person's wrong automatically.
Yeah.
I don't. So I had a lingerie shoot not long ago, and of course I'm very proud of my business, and I'm proud of my body and the hard work I put in recently to lose about 36 pounds and counting so far, because I don't plan on stopping here. So it's just funny to see how people think about why I post pictures in lingerie. First it's, oh, she's just looking for attention. Or another opinion is, oh, she really has low self-esteem, so she's looking for validation from others. Or she's totally disrespecting herself because she posts pictures of her body in lingerie, or just all kinds of stuff. And I just want to put it out there. Y'all's opinions don't pay anyone else's bills.
Exactly.
I don't know why people feel the need to judge another person's life based on the decisions that they make. Especially when if some of your stuff was aired in the public,
yeah,
that girl, your ass would be judged to hell and back if people knew about certain shit that's going around on your front porch. Mm-hmm. I wish people would understand that just because you have an opinion doesn't mean it's law. And just because someone else thinks differently than you do or behaves differently than you do, mm-hmm. that they're automatically wrong.
Yeah.
Grow up. Like,
definitely.
Do you not have anything in your own life to concentrate on than what other people are doing with their lives? Mm-hmm. If you have a problem with it, scroll on. It doesn't have to be a debate. And I love that I've reached that point to where I don't care what you think, to be frank. But I mean, I encourage you, if you're one of those people, get some joy in your life. Mm-hmm. Get something that makes you happy, because baby, when you're happy, you don't care about what another MF is doing with their stuff, with their life. Yeah. Just live. Not everybody has to know how you feel about something else. If it's negative, keep it to yourself. Shit.
People just miserable and looking for something to complain about. Speaking of, for my last sip, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Now, we as a people, we have to work together. If you got people that may know a little bit more, that may have more experience and can teach a little bit, what's wrong with accepting that? Sometimes your strengths are different than another person's strength. Why can't we come together as a team? You're good at this. You handle that. You're good at that. You handle that. But when it becomes to the point where you're trying to throw your power around and you don't want to take advice and you thinking that you're knowing it all and you clearly don't, that's a problem, because it causes conflict in the circle that you have, because you don't want to agree with anyone. You want to just be there to disagree with every single thing, every little thing somebody throws at you, because you just think you know it all. I don't like that. Like, the team I have surrounded me now are winners. We all have the same common goal, and those are the people. Those positive people is what I want in my life. It's just
absolutely
bottom line. Because when you win together, you eat together, you grow together, and more opportunities happen because somebody on the outside looking like, I want to be a part of that dynamic team, because they're getting it. They're moving. I want to be a part of that. But if you're going to always be bitter and angry at everybody else because maybe you might not be strong in that suit, it's okay to take a step back and kind of learn a little. You'll get it. You'll gain the confidence. But don't knock somebody else down because they might know a little bit more than you do. Just fucking pick up a book and figure it out yourself.
I always say ego has no business being priority when you're a part of a team. You have to put your ego aside. What you think of yourself don't matter. It's about common goal and teamwork. If you can't be a part of that, then kick rocks. We don't have time for it.
Okay. We don't need you.
Drop the mic.
Done. All right, people. Same time next week. Make sure y'all subscribe to Strictly Prohibited Network. For real, though, we still have some awesome shows other than our show.
Yeah,
we have Red Cup Rants. Now we have a Red Cup Rants Part 2 that's actually coming on tomorrow, you guys. Now I'm not sure of the time, but look for it. It's going to be Jude, Kevin, and Mike, and a special guest, Eric Moore. Y'all remember the hype man from the Falcons Super Bowl season? Make sure y'all tuning in for that. So y'all better go ahead and subscribe. Also, we still had that competition, and we got to do that, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm not going to do a drawing because there were only 2 ladies that actually subscribed and shared the post. So I'm not going to draw. I'm just going to send both of those ladies a gift. So that Sheree, she gets a gift, and Sharita Reed, she also gets a gift. So
appreciate you, ladies.
I love y'all for subscribing and sharing the post. But since it was just you 2, you both get a gift, so you both win. How about that?
Yes. And also on Saturdays we do have the Hodgepodge show, so make sure y'all checking that out as well. Look, just subscribe to Strictly Prohibited Network. We got shows for everybody. If you love sports, you got it. If you love what the ladies got to talk about, we got it for you. And we got more to come. Trust and believe. You hear me? I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's the first episode. We're going to get the kinks worked out, but I'm glad y'all hung with us. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm Miss Maggie T. And that's Miss Mickey V. Yeah. We're out. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.